Hi, welcome to Encouragement for Today. I'm Pastor Emily. I want to raise a question for us today that was raised in our small group discussion last night. Pastor Jim asked, when is compromise good and when is compromise problematic? And then he asked people to share examples in their families, relationships, with their significant others. When have you had to compromise? And that's kind of a question that stirs the pot, but it's a good one. It's an important one because in pretty much any long-term relationship, compromise is involved. But then there's also the question of compromise when it's not healthy. Times when we start compromising our faith and our values in a way that does not build up or work for good. So the question, it's a really important one and a good one for us to look at. Where maybe do I need to remember the importance of compromise, and where have I given in too much where I'm losing my connection with God and with my values? So anyway, all this, it comes from the story of Daniel in Daniel chapter 1. And it's an interesting scenario that he's in. Jerusalem, they've been taken into exile by the Babylonians. And King Nebuchadnezzar, he wants the best and the brightest in his service. And so Daniel, he's among the best and the brightest from Israel, from the royal family and from the nobility. So he's part of this group. He's going to be in a 3-year course of learning Babylonian language and literature. They've changed his name to a Babylonian name along with his friends. There's this pressure to become Babylonian. And Daniel doesn't resist all of it, but there's one thing that he's not comfortable giving into. And he's probably not comfortable with any of it, but there's one particular thing that he feels the need to hold on to. When he's offered the food and wine from the king, he does not want to eat of that because it will mean giving up his Jewish food laws. And to him, that is an unthinkable thing because for him it means turning against God, turning against his faith. So it's interesting how he compromises to deal with the situation. He just doesn't refuse it. He talks with the chief official and asks permission not to defile himself in this way. And the official is uncomfortable and basically says, I'm scared of the king. If you don't look as healthy as the other guys, he's trying to make you the best, the brightest, the strongest. I don't want to have to answer to the king when you don't look as healthy for eating vegetables. And Daniel is thoughtful and compromises with this chief official, acknowledging the position he's putting him in. And he says, well, test us. Give my friends and I vegetables for a period of time and see how we look, how we compare to the other guys. And so the chief official says, okay, we can do this. And when the time period is up, Daniel and his friends look healthier and stronger than any of the others. And God partners with them in an intimate way to build their wisdom and their knowledge and their abilities so that the king begins to notice them. Their respect for God it's seen and honored by God, and then it gets them more attention in this story. So it leads us to consider, how can we be part of the world, part of culture, in a way where we adjust and we're thoughtful and we consider the environment around us. But then how do we also maintain a solid place in ourselves where our faith is what we are building our lives on and is our top priority? Some food for thought today. We'll talk to you again soon.